Finally. So, my name is Andrew Fleschel, and this is my first video in English. I've been doing it for a long time in Russian, giving it for Ukrainian and Russian audience. Uh, yes, my experience consists of both American and Ukrainian experience working with problems, crises, and coaching. I do not. It's not my intention now to describe my history. Who am I? The only thing I want to say, I'm a psychotherapist, working about 20 years in the fields both clinical psychotherapy and body-centered psychotherapy and in breathworks. Different cultures, different traditions connected in unique experiences, considering old Ukrainian tradition like hypnotherapy, in traditional way, and many schools that are openly going through the Europe with American tradition working with clinical disorders. I'm sorry if my language is not easy to understand. I'm going to try to make it easier and easier, translated both on my language of word and my language of body. Mm. So, and I have a unique opportunity to connect different practices, starting from old practice, even not even through the psychotherapy, rebirthing, vivation, with body dynamics, biosynthesis, clinical experiences, and experience working in hypnotherapy, hypnosis in therapeutic work. And now it's came out with a new way of understanding breath work, which I push through medical field, scientific field, and in Ukrainian we even developed a movie about breath work, which explains different types of breath work used in psychotherapy and safe use and not exactly safe use, and pretty poor experience we had in history before, uh, which made the breathwork kind of which made professionals in medical field and in field of psychotherapy be cautious, be very anxious about breathwork, especially breathwork which at the time was very popular, like rebirthing, vivation, holotropic breathwork. And now, uh, taking our lessons from problems we had, we develop new field. And now we call it body breath integration therapy, or body breath integration for people who are not from medical or psychological field, who learning to help themselves and develop the practice for with helping other people without therapy companion. Uh, uh, on the movie I mentioned, we had several experts from medical field who gave the expertise. They answer the questions about safety of use the techniques in the way we use it in therapy now. So they say they answer question about those hyperventilation. So the experience of hyperventilation basically generally pretty safe for most of people, and they will agree with me that it's actually maybe regulated with way you breathing. If you not only breathe more or less, you have much more ability to regulate it, to make longer inhale and easier exhale, relaxing your neck. You can influence this pH balance in your body. acid level balance in your body, decrease acidity. And they agreed that basically he made measurement with cardiologist and neurologist. We made measurements before, during, and after, and basically both neurologist, cardiologist, and one more doctor, I don't remember. They said that that's pretty safe practice in general, in major, but anyway, using anything can be dangerous when you use it inappropriately. So in this series of video, I try to describe this way of breath work, how it works in psychotherapy, and introduce self-help techniques which you use using this video. Anyway, if you do not feel it's safe for you, if you feel it can be emotionally or physically dangerous, ask your doctor, describe what you hear from video, how it works, and then you can discuss with doctor. Basically, if you do not have psychological disorders, if you do not have serious somatic disorders which demand you to take care of mild physical tension, mild physical experience, then yeah, ask doctor, or you can write me directly. Ask me questions, discuss it with me, how to make your way to make this techniques safe. Another way I'm going to describe which uh, which part of exercise is safe for you and how to make them physically safe and emotionally acceptable. So many people who are interested in breathwork know if you breathe deeper than usually and try to relax, you experience something physical. Some people scared of these reactions, but they're basically normal. Uh, uh, and hyperventilation, hypoxia, hypoxia is not that it's not dangerous actually. But if you feel like there is some special insecurity in this situation, so you sit down, you make sure that you do not fall, even if you're afraid that you can pass out. Usually it doesn't happen. Fear of passing out, yeah, it's happening, but usually people do not pass out for a short time. It's okay, it's normal. But then in this discussion we touch the first thing that we experience in this way: ability to lose our control. And now we can see the connection. People who have trouble to let go of control, they have very hard experience to accept that something happening with their body they don't understand. They try to make the idea and they try to think that it's dangerous. If I don't understand, is mind working this way? If you lose control and it's like your weak point, you fear going to develop the explanation, which is not true actually, in most cases. Uh, but you take care of yourself. So several things you do. First of all, when you try those exercises, you do it slow, not superficially, but slow. And the best way to do this, to start right now, try. Start breathing with opening up from your belly, your ribs, going through your body to your heart area, and to very top of chest. And if you breathe and you relax, if you breathe deeply but slowly and you relax at the same time, it's make it easier to accept that something going on, but you relax about it and you feel It's okay that you experience different sensations, mm, and emotions which are come in response to those experience, to those sensation. This is something important. It's not coming from nowhere. And when you breathe, you're trying to experience some feelings, some contractions, some tingling, dizziness. It's normal. But some people feel it like something exciting. Some people find it scary. Some people find it irritating. This is what important. Pay attention, because it's part of your character. It's habit to react on your stress, habitual reaction to stress, and to be acceptable, to let yourself breathe, feel it, and feel your emotions. Make it psychologically, emotionally healing. Acceptance for those emotions without really trying to do something with this. Anything. Let it be. Let it come through your body. Let it shake you. Don't make any pressure on them. Relax. And I take it, I say it easy. It's not easy for most of people from very first, second, and even third time. When you breathe deep, most of people get constricted, get tensed, and this going to create more emotional response. And it's not easy from very beginning to say okay to feel so much things, and my head cannot handle it, and I'm not ready to trust this guy who even speaks with so broken English, with hard accent, that it's safe. I feel it's not safe, and it's okay. And you make it easy. You make it soft the way you can. Just the idea, start with breathing from belly to top of your chest, including sides. In different videos, in the other videos, I explain why you can trust me in my expertise. But in this video, I want to touch several topics, many topics for the short time, and try to be practical, to try it, to experience it, and to make sure that you can try it in a safe, ecological way. You like eating, and you so much of fuel that you can digest it, perceive it, take in, and you feel your body says, "Ah, it's scary. I cannot help more." And it's not only about physical sensations. It knows, something inside knows. It's about emotion can be opened up, and mind confuses this with something dangerous. There's experience connected to these emotions, and you feel like I cannot breathe with this opening this part. And if you practice for a longer time with your experience, you can feel if if I confront it, if I still try to relax and breathe with this part, or this part which didn't breathe before, what emotions going to knock from inner world. And you try to relax, let go. Take it as a game, play with it. All emotions are welcome. Any experience is welcome. And it's easy when you let yourself relax on every exhale. And try to do not tense on inhale too, only the parts of breathing system, but shoulders, face, neck. No. And from my experience in body psychotherapy, first thing I learned many time ago, a long time ago, there is a basic problems. It's not like cancer, but we know that people having trouble with let go, to let things happen, especially in stress. They keep their head and neck tensed. It's hard experience for them to breathe and let head go, to let neck go, and let the metaphorically, mind and heart and neck is between them. Try to keep control. Don't let heart to take you somewhere. Emotions bring you in a trouble or something like that. They stay inside and say, no, 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 no. Don't take any more emotions. Don't let things happen. Count everything. And we know sometimes we need to let go because there are so many things in a life. We need to try, we need to risk without any guarantees. This is the way it is. And what do I do now? I inhale, opening up whole system, knowing from my mind, from my experience, understanding then what's going to happen if you sit here and breathe a little more. And those reactions just exaggerated by my mind, but that's okay. And knowing when I accept somebody with open arms, trying to hug, it's going to be okay to meet with some emotions which I suppressed before, even so suppressed. I do not understand it. I do not feel them. It's unconscious. And this is how it works. I don't feel them because they suppressed. It's tension now. I don't feel them, but it can irritate me, make me experience so. And now I try to teach my body let go from relaxing neck and relaxing throat and let go with sound. And even so, some people who begin just start breath works in different approaches, they feel like breathing deeply, soundly. It's something artificial. They try to find that it's not okay to be so noticed with sound breathing. But when you breathe, you understand. When you kind of look from the different point of view, understand. Why so? Young people, small people, 3-year-old, they never silent. You can hear them. If they got silent, you understand something wrong. Is it sick? Occupied with something? It's normal to be noisy. It's normal to be heard. And you do not understand anymore why it's so comfortable for you to be silent and so discomfortable to just play with sound breathing. But this is closer to natural. And you can think about sleeping people. When you are, as other people, really relax, you sound. And the easiest way to release these holding patterns in your body, which is connected to your holding patterns in your mind, is to learn to exhale with sigh of relief. Ah, ah, ah. Breathe like you're falling asleep, or any kind of emotional breathing, passion breathing is sounding with your throat and this low part of your throat because upper part sound is artificial. And real emotions connected with lower part. And you feel this vibration and this give you some kind of experience of tickling and vibrating inside of you from very deep out. And relax. And another important thing about this slow, relaxing breathing, considering you can relax your shoulders and your neck, let go, is when you breathe and your throat open up, and when you breathe deeply and long, slow, inhale and exhale connected, we activating Parasympathetic nervous system, which is related to ability to let go and release. And it's very, very expensive and very, very rare experience with pharmacology to boost our parasympathetic system to release tension, because we know that this balance of sympathetic activation nervous system and parasympathetic let go nervous system is key to developing depression or anxiety diseases, emotional problems, PTSD, or many other reactions, phobia reactions. Uh, it's connected to those disbalance, which is connected to our hormones, to our heart rhythm, and to our vessels reaction. And paradoxical things, the simple thing can help us to change everything in a minute, which we learn in trauma therapy and supported in neuroscience. Long, slow, compassionate breathing. I say compassionate because many people without explanation understand there is a way to breathe, to just dissociate, to do not feel anything. And compassionate, which more related, like our heart is breathing. It's not only opening up, but it doesn't breathe artificially, rhythmically. There is some emotional part in this. And some people can change the, many people actually can change the heart pace, just thinking about compassion, about gratitude. Just imagine people who related to this experience. Their heart changes its breathing to coherent. Coherent. It's not only that is even. It increases pace and decreases, and it's related to inhale and exhale. But coherent means that it's coherent with different system, hormonal system, blood circulation system, with our heart moving back and forth. It's amazing thing, and our heart changing whole disposition of sensation of our experience, and then changing our hormonal experience, and then changing our feeling ourselves okay or not okay, and it changes whole system. So if you think about something that make you angry, sad, upset, helpless, this is the key of any kind of traumatic reaction. Helplessness, stuck in our body, stuck in our memories. So if you think about this, it's going to be connected to our breathing patterns, suppression breathing, different places, sound. And thinking about this, we understand that we gotta try to hold ourselves together in a way and try to experiment, knowing that experience of danger or something or degrade, bad experience of those reactions are actually now in this moment and this particular moment are gone. You're at home, so you can try to experiment. Breathe in, opening up the places where you hold it, your breathing. Relax and let go with sound. And it's okay when you feel something stress, something weird. Maybe your suppressed reaction, trying to opening up to let go tension connected to holding yourself, which is body armor. And some people still be armored for a long time, trying to pretend I'm okay. I do not going to show anybody my weaknesses. Just visible actually. And experiencing different I am okay. I feel good. This is reality. I feel good. And I feel okay about myself, even though something happened bad and I didn't respond perfectly. And I try to suggest you ideas which help you to connect how body holds our experience and develop our character. And in series of videos, I explain that we can now read where we can read specific body patterns, specific quality of characters developed from zero age. Even some of them, even in the womb, till our teenage stages. It's 7 stages with different explanation from several psychological approaches, and you can read the character structure which made us power, full of power and full of weaknesses. Develop our character, our abilities, and our limitation. But it's easier to try it on yourself. And even so, you do not know yet. Possibly you do not know yet how this body structure of character, and you do not know what does it mean. It's not easy to breathe here, or my neck still bit stiff and I cannot do anything. If every time you breathe in completely, yes you can, and relax, you loosen these fears struck in your body, stuck in your body, tight in your body. And this is a shell which, in a way, used to be protective, but now it doesn't serve you as well and give you more and more trouble. And you try to help it without knowing that without it you can develop new skills, new abilities. And so, I promised, I explained how does breathwork accepted in psychotherapy. What do we do with this? In general, the simple thing. So many people know it's like hygiene, self-help techniques that learn us to level our stress. So we learn slow breathing, belly breathing, counting 5 to 5 second inhale, 5 second exhale, creating this balanced harmonical state, which teach our body to get off stress habits. And we know as we breathe this way at least 5 minutes, we decrease our cortisol, stress hormone, 10 to 20% lower through the breathing. It's not ideal, but it's much better. It's not enough for uh, diseases, for emotional troubles, but it's make it easy. And then you notice its physical sensation basically pretty pleasant. It's relaxing you, and you know that with this relaxation, little pacing off, this warm experience on your body, in your hands, this pH level changes, decreases acidity in your blood level, which was proven. And then I work with biofeedback equipment, and I know for sure for most of people without really significant psychological, emotional, psychiatric trouble, most of people through the 3 to 5 minutes of breathing change their heart pace to coherent. So which means at beginning of sessions when person came in and something and some guy put something on their fingers and they think about their troubles in life and they see they heart beats high low, but this it's not even, and it's like It's like a tough rock and roll, and it's like the changes of heartbeat uh, let's say, narrow. And then when we practice this breathing, we see on inhales it goes up, increases, exhales down, and we create something like jazz, like music of our heart, without the sharpness, without disharmonies, without this drama. You can see this experience. And I know that this coherent rhythm of heart pace uh, creates different situation. It influences hormonal system. First of all, decreases cortisol, stress hormone, and then when cortisol is low, my client is easier opening up to this easy, grateful, love sensations of oxytocin. It's pleasure. It's nice. And if at the beginning of session you ask person to think about something pleasant, or like trauma therapist, you ask him, can you imagine a safe place? So some people say, no, I can imagine. They experience stuck in their bad experiences, bad sensations. They cannot think about anything positive. So through these exercises, just 5 minutes, for some people 10 minutes, breathing. Then we can ask again. So now, can you imagine something pleasant, soft, homely, cozy? And you see, the person tries. And yes, usually it works. So we know, thinking about gratitude, compassion, or something spiritual, is easily open up. And I know from our researchers that this is about oxytocin, and it's a very pleasant thing. I am oxytocin junkie. I like to I love to create situation which I experience this closeness, empathy. And one of the reasons I started with body-centered therapy, it's pleasure of touch, hunger of touch. So the strategies, what do we do in psychotherapy? First thing, we do this self-help techniques. We expect that person who practices regularly decreases this hormonal disbalance and activate balance of sympathetic parasympathetic system, especially this resonance breathing. 5 seconds breathe in, 5 seconds breathe out, 5 minutes in a row. So through the you do it 3-4 times a day, and then you notice it has some side effects. Your body get a habit, changes a habit, and person with extreme hyperactivation, it's like boost the disbalance of anxiety, anger, or something else. Sympathetic system is not balanced with parasympathetic. They do not have time, ability, skills to decrease this anxiety, decrease this anger. Their body too accustomed to living on high cortisol, adrenaline, and so and so, and the body created this body armor and this habit to constrict body vessels. So it's a habit, and they get in this how it's called, I forget this expression, uh, vicious cycle. Even so, the reason for anxiety behind, and all stresses are finished, you're at home, but your body tells you, no, it's not okay. You have to worry. You have to do something with that. And through the time you develop the habit, you never relax completely. And your mind try to translate. If I tense, something going wrong. And through the time, yes, it's something going wrong. Free radicals in your body tells you you are poisoned. You are intoxicated. And it says, yes, it's reason for stress and you vicious cycle. That's a bad, that's a shame. So doing it 3 times a day, you break this vicious cycle and you decrease anxiety, anger, irritation to relaxation. You disconnect with reasons which make you angry, anxious, or so and so. You just don't remember about this. At least for several minutes, break this habit connected to thinking, ideas, emotions, physical reactions. But for people, it's interesting. For people who have this disbalance in parasympathetic system, anxious, angry, they get calmer through the time, like couple weeks, 3 times a day. But another thing, the people whose response more parasympathetic, apathy, depression, helplessness. Through this practice, they get opposite experience. They get more active, more alive, more energy. It's like mild antidepressant without side effects, and side effects mostly positive. I mean, now I speak about it changes your mindset. If you understand that you're not any helpless anymore, at least with your emotions, with your experiences, so maybe you feel better about yourself. Maybe your ideas changes about yourself, about your life, about your abilities. And we go into self-esteem, self-ability, self-understanding, and so and so. So we balance our system with regular slow breathing. We learn how to relax when something bothering us. We're learning that we can relax and disconnect from experience that we feel like very, very dramatic, catastrophic. And it teaches us to think that we can understand situation of our emotional experience and hold ourselves together. And when we train ourselves, we learn how to relax, we level our base level, and we get it calmer. And then we can speak about different ways to use our use breath work, especially with specific symptoms and trauma. So you think about symptoms. Either this is PTSD, when you develop certain abilities and you're ready to confront emotional experience, memories, or it's specific bodily reaction. Maybe this is psychosomatic reaction, psychosomatic diseases. Anyway, so there is some stressor and some reaction. So, and you think about symptom. It's your reaction on specific stressor or not specific stressor. It's you can it's consist of emotion, physical physical sensation, suppressed physical reaction, and thoughts about yourself, and thoughts about situation usually. Uh, and it's related to specific memories. So what do we do in psychotherapy? We just common practice in different approaches. We ask you, or you ask me. So what makes you stressed? And we do not let person to be general. We ask what specific, at what time, with which people, in which situations. when you're alone, at home, at night, or when you're with people, when somebody big looks at you and we're in front of audience, what's exactly source of your discomfort or your stress? And when person significantly identifies the stressor, it's easy to connect to whole reactions. And we can talk about symptom is emotion. So some people say that my symptom is I sad, I'm sad, I'm anxious. That is emotion. Some people speak about behavior. I'm kind of I'm kind of nervous in my way. I'm kind of trying to serve everybody and I don't like it. Some people speak about physical reaction. I say, yeah, physical sensation, uh, cramps. When people look at me, I cannot breathe. My body, I do not feel my body. It's like empty. I feel like I lose a sense of my body. De- Derealization. Uh, and some people says I about thoughts about myself. I feel myself miserable. But all the things are different facets of the same experience. Symptom consist everything. Yeah. And one more thing is reaction that's suppressed, impulse, urge. So in our therapy, hook to first thing person names, like I, I feel guilty. I often feel guilty. And we ask in which situation we feel it like the worst. With which people, where this happens, I, then it might work. And what moment did you work? When I'm going to take my paperwork to my boss and I think about what's going on next. And, yeah. So imagine what's going on. Like what you're afraid of. Let's imagine even worse situation, even which usually do not happen. Like sometimes we exaggerate the catastrophic vision. Sometimes people know this. Sometimes we need some process to connect. So and people say, I feel so guilty. Yeah, I see it's not only one experience. I feel like it's scared. It's like, try to hold himself together, hide his head. So and I help him to understand what's going on at emotional level. So imagine yourself, you're going to bring your paperwork to your boss, and what you're afraid most? He says he's going to tell that it's not right. He said, let's exaggerate it. He's going to laugh or scream at you. What is worst? So we create this worst picture to find out which emotions are strongest, that you cannot notice them. So and we notice that it's kind of not about guilt; it's about fear in this way. So, and I try to. Then you imagine that your boss is screaming at you, naming your name, calling your names or something. What is worse for you? And person tells me like, and you understand, he's regressing actually, and he's regressing. I think in child, usually in childhood, but I do not go this way yet. So person imagines that he screams at me, he calls me name, he tells me I'm helpless. Oh, we find the emotional thing, and I notice his bodily reaction. Maybe his shoulders up, his head try to hide. He tried to hold himself together, and I try to notice several emotions in the row, but now we choose the strongest one. So, and sometimes I name his emotion. What do you feel now when you imagine this? And I name his basic ones. You panic. It's you angry. You feel insulted. you feel guilty, you feel desperation, you feel helpless. And I would notice which word will create more reaction, more strongest reaction, and body language. And sometimes, usually, people tell them, yeah, 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 this is what I feel. What is the worst thing of this? I don't want to feel this. Tells body trying to hold on to breathing, do not let it go. So we get to this experience. Here we have three strategies. Four, actually, four. Yeah. Depending if person ready to confront this emotional experience. But first things, the smarter things to do, we do in different approaches, is to put attention from the object to experience. So we needed object to reveal experience, then we try to notice, okay, what do you feel in your body? Name your emotions. I'm scared. It's panic. Where do you feel it in your body? I feel like it's beating up here, and my shoulders are raising and shrinking and shrinking. I want to hold myself together. I want to shrink. I want to hide myself. And you feel like hiding? Yes, I feel like hiding. Okay, so we try to identify emotion and name it, physical sensation connected to this emotion, and reaction what body wants to do. So, and it's kind of tricky part, because people so confused with experience, emotions, and suppression, so they do not understand which works for them now. So when I ask, what do you feel like doing? You want to scream? You want to cry? And they understand. All this going back forth to basic reaction: scream, fight, cry, run away. Uh, Sometimes try to hold somebody you don't want to lose. It's seldom, but it's happening. And sometimes to explain yourself, but emotionally. Uh, but this is a tricky part, because most of people do not feel it as strong as tendency to suppress it, to suppress. So I need to point it to person, and when person say, I feel like freeze, I feel like hide, and it's okay. I let him, okay, pretend you're hiding, and where do you feel it in your body? Well, strongest sensation. And this is interesting thing. When person can identify where exactly in the body, either trying to hide or freeze or collapse, it's always some strong physical sensation, and then we can notice impulse. Even so, some schools still talk about we have three basic stress reactions: fight, flight, freeze. Freeze is not, it's secondary reaction. It's not first reaction. Freezing usually suppressing first reaction, fight or flight, but sometimes scream, cry, let tears go, or even tell something somebody who is insulting you. So, but we notice where in the body suppressing, and then we help person to understand that something going on, something you're going to release. So we try to identify stressor, physical sensation, emotion, impulse, and thoughts about yourself. How do you feel yourself at the moment? What do you think about yourself? What negative thoughts about yourself you have? And name them. Like in behavioral therapy, like at EMDR, fine. What do you think about yourself, about situation? What dramatic thoughts? And it's about guilt. It's about it's scary, catastrophically dangerous. I am losing control. So, boys, basically, that's it. It's about. And what I learned in EMDR, to create phrases to be like most emotional, starting with I have this. I cannot help it. It's scary. Yeah, and I say it's scary. So I say I'm scared. I'm really scared. I'm panicky. And then person, and you see that this way person let your body to experience and express these emotions without this heart suppressing. So we identify all the things. Sometimes we do not identify some of them. Sometimes it's happened. So first strategy, just get in touch with this experience. And when you see the person is dissociates or opposite way, he just cannot hold it together, and this sucks him in, and you lose him from contact. So you stop it, and you make your client breathe slowly but deeply, desirably. He's trained to breathe with whole body, and he's trained to do several exercises. Usually I teach amazingly simple but really, really effective exercises. Yawn. Learn to yawn. Learn to yawn for purpose, in purpose. If it's a practice, try it now. It's really pleasant. It's really significantly work all notice systems, body, hormones, heart, etc., and releases this body armor. And amazing things that it specifically works as muscles over here, over here, over here. It's connected to orientation, shock muscles that suffering from shock reaction, shock trauma, make people stiff. I'm working with veterans in Ukraine. I often notice that people cannot turn this way. All the system is stuck, is stiff. You understand? This is part of emotional experience, especially people who experience helplessness for long period of time. Like they are in a field in this underground security things, and they hear bombing and they know it's dangerous but can do nothing. Those people often have this body armor extremely stiff. You cannot do nothing for days. You know you do not control it at all. It can start bombing any moment, and you or some of your friends can be killed, disappear, torn apart. Breathe now if it touches you personally. If idea of death, of horrible death, scaring you, breathe. So you learn to breathe, you learn to yawn, you learn to breathe slowly, you learn to sigh. And then, like when you reveal, open up, experience, memories, so you start to kind of disconnect with this, connect with your body and your processing experience. And you learn to put your attention first on object, then on your sensation, not on object. So when you concentrate on your object, so you under the weight of these ideas about yourself. Yeah, and you concentrate on yourself, you see it's okay to feel this way, and you kind of take your ideas about yourself as like normal experience. I understand that usually when I feel you lose control, I feel myself I'm failure or something. But it's not that dramatic. So and then you change your attention to different experience and you learn you can handle it. You safe now in safe place. You feel it, and you feel that through several minutes, 10 to 15, you feel ease. And sometimes in therapy, almost always I use this SUD, subjective units of distress. So people measure. Like at beginning, they think about this stressor, and they say, okay, how stressful it is for you from 0 to 10. And he said 7. 7, I can start work. 8, I might sometimes. I look at how resourceful body of my client is. Usually in trauma therapy, we work like with these kind of practices between 3 and 7. So, and we measure what changes. And person experience that, then put attention on breathing, different breathing techniques. Relax, breathe, no, again, 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 and we get this dizziness, we get this kind of weird feelings, and then you ask, so when you see the changes in the body language, you ask for, let's get back to this memory, and then person get accustomed. This is memory. This is not experience, because this is traumatic memory. Confuses what I remember and what is true. And when you take as a memory, so you take the ideas about yourself as something not really real, objective. So get back to this memory. How disturbing you from 0 to 10? Ah, 5. And we breathe again, and we breathe again, and we breathe again, and we breathe and we relax, and some is dizziness, and some people take it, oh, it's so pleasant to relax. Some people, it's kind of, I cannot control, it's weird. And sometimes I try to be objective. I say one pleasant thing about your experience and one negative things, or even better, first what is not pleasant for you first, and then something pleasant. Find something. So, and we need to disconnect with from this helplessness or experience of trauma to physical experience, and we activate muscles connected to orientation, to centeredness, and to grounding. We include all the skills through the physical, emotional breathing exercises. Sometimes we do not need to learn them, it's working through the body work, through the breath work right away with breathing. Breathe in, breathe out. Breathe in, breathe out, and then this dizziness works. You feel easy remembering these memories. But this is not the major thing. Major thing is the hypnotic things that I bring through in this strategy. You see, you can change it in a couple minutes. Let's see, 7 minutes. Just 7 minutes. And you're okay. You feel okay. Your emotions under your control. You can handle your emotions, but you need to develop new abilities, new habits. You can see it. And when I work with this biofeedback, I show graphics and colors in books. Yeah, you can change it right away in 3-5 minutes. It's working. And then I transfer. You're not helpless anymore. You can do it. You can let go your habit to things that you can't handle your experience, and something not okay with them. But in this way, it's not many ways to work with cognition, with thoughts about yourself, about your body, about world related to your trauma, decisions. But sometimes it's enough just to discuss it and ask yourself, so you understand that this is a rational thought. You understand this. Now you relax. You may take it, you can take it different. Sometimes you can ask persons, so try to confirm, give me some reasons. Tell yourself that you understand that those thoughts that you have, that you're unable to confront or something, that you experience something really, really dangerous, or life is dangerous. Uh, Give me some examples of your thoughts that can confront it. You tell me. No. So, first strategy is activate trauma experience, name it, feel it, breathe and relax. breathe and relax. Activate it, breathe and relax. Name SUD, how stressed it is, notice how it is decreasing. You can handle it. And if you practice this regularly, you not only teach your body to relax, you teach yourself that you can do something. And uh, you can handle your emotions and practice it. Another strategy appropriate when the activation is too much. You cannot relax. Abreactive therapy. So you see the person reacts really, really emotionally intense, physically intense. So you make a point on you need to express what you feel. So you name stressors, emotions, feelings. You notice where is toughest experience. You help person to name what is most dramatic things, even exaggerating it. Imagine he is like he is picking on you, he is laughing at you. What is worse for you? And what is worse? Imagine it's happening for real, where you feel it. What do you feel like doing? And then we go into impulse to urge what you feel like doing, and we recognize suppressing from really impulse, run, cry, scream, and then you demand you demand your client to experience your emotions openly from deep inside out, through the breathing, through the sounding. Connect your breathing to your emotional experience. So it's easy to understand when you breathe and you feel something you cannot control. And I ask you, what do you feel about this? I feel nothing. So, but what emotions you experience when you feel this nothing? I see like your knuckles going to squeezing, and your jaw is squeezed, and all of things. You're supposed to be angry, I guess, or irritated. And say, yes, I irritated. Nothing happening, and I irritated. Oh, excellent irritation. Express your irritation with breathing. Show me your irritation, but your breathing has to express it, not suppress it. Find the breathing that express it the best, and then you cannot uh, lie to yourself. It's obvious when you try to breathe silently, easily. Like I feel like this, I don't feel like like emotionizing this. It's bullshit. You're suppressing it. So and I say, if you're angry, express it. If you're scared, express it with breathing. Sometimes I even show how panic breathing or something. Find the breathing that's help it to get out. What you feel like doing, imagine it. You feel like scream, scream, cry, cry. If you cannot, you concentrate on these emotions. You try to soundly breathing, and at least like imagine that you are little child who is screaming, who is crying. And sometimes I ask, when you feel like screaming, like crying, like pushing, on which age you feel yourself now? Uh, and sometimes people I said like I'm like 5 years old. I like in school, and those bullies are in front of me, and I scared. Give me your experience of scaredness. Breathing scared. How are you scared? What do you want to do? I cannot do anything. I cannot do anything. I see this tension, and I see how he's breathing. Okay, so what's the strongest sensation in your body? In my throat. In my throat. And I breathe in. Make a sound, and then do you want to scream? Do you want to ask for help? Scream for help. And then he said, do it. And even imagination person can scream. Sometimes people so suppress, so they cannot do it on first session. So they can imagine. In reality, objective reality, they do. And in the imaginary reality, they scream with the same muscles. in all their throat, scream their throat out, suggest my suggestion. So, and then we have abreaction, and after abreaction, we can see release. And sometimes I ask, scream it. That's okay. It's excellent. Help it. You need to let go your muscle spasms. It's nothing to do with those people. You cannot harm them if you don't want to harm them, your parents, for example. And you don't have to be afraid of your bullies, because it's not real them, but we need to we need to deal with our emotions. We need to release our muscle tension. And after abreaction, I ask person, so did you express everything? Did you get off everything? Or it's still here? It's okay. Sometimes it helps us to go one more intervention, regression. Concentrate on your feelings, and now I use some practices taken from hypnotherapy, hypnoanalysis. It just sometimes I use them through the breathing, and I teach people how to make breathing helpful without dissociating. Yeah, I know this. Sometimes it's that dissociate people. Like you breathe, you don't feel anything. You feel okay, but you do not regress. There are some techniques I'm going to teach people how to use hypnotherapy, but through the breathing, not through the hypnotic trance. um, so, and yes, yeah, you can go further. So it still stuck in your throat, then concentrate on it, then you feel it, breathe it, and concentrate on this, and that's so and so and so. And I do practice. Okay, and now you go to your past, to your childhood, to earlier experience, to the first experience you feel this way. And then I do not let person to think, to imagine. It's supposed to be done pretty fast. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and you are here. What's around you? I do not let chance to think about this, to imagine it. So we can regress and abreact and find out how we created this reaction. Or we can just abreact right away without regression. Take it, feel it easy. Let body release all this tension. And then after relaxation, you can notice if person is able to think. So you can suggest rethink of experience they learn, what they learn to react, and how they handle through the life. You explain them, and you uh, ask them if they understand, if they agree, and you give them the releasing phrases. They say it. Now I understand what happened in me, and it was good intention of my reaction, but it's time to let it go. I recognize that I'm grown up, and my emotions are now different from my childhood. I understand that I reacted as a small child. It's pretty normal. It's just time to let it go, and now I understand that I can let it go. I do not need it. I know why that. But sometimes we need to do more analysis to be able genuinely, openly to rethink and make new decision. We need to find out all decision. We need about yourself, about world, about danger, about self-esteem, specific. We need to understand how to develop this suppression in body, and it doesn't serve me anymore, but it was okay at the time. It was saving me at the time. It was okay. Release this tension, and understand that now I do not need it anymore. Sometimes we need some more interventions to process it. Uh, so, second strategy is abreaction, and it might be used for rethinking, readmitting, redecision. Sometimes it works with regression to earliest time we experience it when we develop those habits and those decisions about ourselves. Uh, and another strategy, when you feel like a raised up extreme experience, unbearable experience, and you feel like suppressing it, but therapist tells you let it go, feel it with your whole your body, make it go through you. This is the energy that's going to heal you, even so you feel it's kind of something that killing you. This is trying to heal you if you let it through whole body. So even this abreaction or without it, without thinking, you can use metaphor, how it looks like, what kind of energy it is, what kind of power it represents, what kind of power where you need it in your life. Make this energy amazingly helpful experience. So you change you reframe your understanding of this unbearable emotion. So I feel it. Because oh, I cannot breathe. It's scary, and you feel. And I suggest feel the energy, the power of fear. Let it go. Let it in your body. Feel it in your body. Feel how strong it is. Till you so consumed with this energy, so you amazed what kind of power or strength it is. So this strategy makes this make this power helpful, healthy, and and useful. Sometimes metaphor intervention suggests better in your life. You need this energy, you need those emotions, you need this power. There is something supposed to be where you need it. So and this sometimes help person to let it go through the body. And then I use imagination. So I say, where is the body? Let breathe the way that it goes through the stuck places. Fulfill it with sensation. As more sensations you have, is better. And one more strategies, you go to this unbearable level of energy, and you let go it without understanding, and then you breathe and you yawn and you exhale like a kind of disconnecting to be able to relax from that. Uh, yeah. And another strategy, yeah. When you know body language, which quality, which experience connected to specific body parts, we might give person an insight. Connect. I know from body reading basically to which stage of development specific tension, specific an inability, decreasing of breathing, body reaction can be connected. What is, but not only breathing. Yeah, in breathing it's noticeable, but from the top of the head to the feet, basically to the fingers. Uh, and then I know specific drama related with this age. And sometimes I tell specifically oriented phrases, related phrases. I'm with you. I'm going to stay with you through all this. I'm going to accept you whatever you feel, even when you don't like yourself, even when you're emotional, even when you're angry at me. I still, I still understand you, accept you. I still love you. Depending where in the body I read this experience. You can take it. You can let go. You deserve you deserve your needs to be fulfilled. The messages can be specifically related to specific stages of development. You can connect to people and feel yourself alive. You can feel yourself emotional and feel yourself together, get together. Try to think like in therapy it's coming easily when I see person. It goes on like the phrases are ready. So mostly it's about you can be physically, you can feel yourself okay without understanding you deserve something because you done something. You don't have to be good or bad. You're valuable. You're valuable by the birthright. You can feel yourself okay about yourself without any kind of qualities, without any kind of resolutions, without anything you achieve in your life. You are good and you are able, and you can risk, and you can be afraid of. You can express your emotion full in full. You can feel yourself loved. You can say yes and expect that you're not gonna be denied, declined if you say no. It's okay to say no. It's okay to feel yourself vulnerable, innocent, no matter what you done or not done. So we work with specific body, specific topics, and it's going to be another videos where I explain it. But I want to try how works this one. So, if you understand me, I would appreciate if you tell me about this. I would like to get comments, thumbs, suggestions, and so and so. And my name is Andrew Flashel again. I'm psychotherapist, body centered therapist, trauma therapist, and I teach classes on trauma therapy, coaching, short-term therapy with trauma and symptoms, specializing in panic attacks, yeah, and emotional disorders. So basically, for today is okay, uh, and I hope to see you again.